Bring me my stethoscope. The love doctor is seeing patients now. We're very confused in this culture. You got something like 45% of Zoomers have never asked a girl out in public. You got people confused about what it means to be in a relationship. They're talking, they're hooking up. They don't even know what sex they are half the time. So the love doctor is going to go through Reddit and try to cure your ills. My 32 female, gay best friend, 35 male, tried to sleep with my husband, 35 male. How do I move on? Yikes. Saturday night, my husband, best friend, and I went out for drinks. I ended up passing out on the living room floor when we got home. My husband says he also fell asleep and woke up with my friend on top of him, kissing him and trying to have sex with him. My husband pushed him off, woke me up, and told me it was time for bed. Friend left, and I got really upset at my husband for wanting to go upstairs, so he went without me. She got upset at her husband for not wanting to be raped by her gay best friend. Wow. Friend said bye to me and acted like everything was normal. Yeah, he's acting totally normal because he knows he did something extremely creepy and weird and maybe criminal. I have a lot of feelings.
She doesn't even go here.
I'm angry and disgusted at my friend who I invited into my home to violate my husband and my marriage. I don't know what to say or do. That friendship is obviously over, but how do I help my husband through this, and how do I stop the intrusive thoughts that have me questioning everything? Well, I don't know. If you're having these thoughts, it is what is being left unsaid here that your husband was like into it or something? I don't know why. What do you mean intrusive thoughts?
Leave me alone!
If this gay predator friend of yours was trying to violate your husband and your husband was just asleep and then he like pushed him off him or whatever, if that's all that happened, then there's no problem for your husband. Your husband just fended off an attacker. Is it that you fear he invited it or something? I don't know. I don't really get it. Yeah, don't talk to the predator who tried to violate your husband, and then you don't go on like throuple dates, and I don't know, just like be normal. It's fine. You can just move on, but don't. It's just like a bad thing that happened to you, and get the bad guy out of the picture. Wife wants a child. I don't. Where do we go from here? Have a child. Do I even have to read the rest of this? Have a child. Be a man. Don't be a self-imposed eunuch. During the pandemic, I really warmed to the idea of having a kid. Now that the world is back to normal-ish, I'm so excited to travel, go to concerts, and just be free again. Just be free, you know? I can just be a kid forever. I won't grow up. I won't grow up. I don't want to have a kid. I've always been pretty pragmatic about kids. They're expensive. They're bad for the planet. They take away I love this. I've always been really pragmatic. That's why I don't do the thing that statistically everyone has done for all of human history, because I'm worried about climate change. I'm worried about the sun monster killing us all. I'm just a real pragmatist, you know? What a joke. They take away freedom. So there you have the misunderstanding of freedom. Freedom as just neutrality and choosing rather than the right to do what we ought to do and to flourish. Kids help you to do the latter, but it's true. They take away some of your individual autonomy and your choice, which is good so that you don't remain just a big, fat, overgrown child until the day you die. You actually grow and mature like a human being. But I guess I really don't even see the upside. It seems like a lot of work, money, and sleepless nights. That's true. It's work, it's money, it's sleepless nights. That's all true. It's also sublime. It is as though I am transported to the seventh heaven. I mean, it is that sublime. Even if I'm tired and they're smacking me on the head and they're whining, it doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. The idea of putting all my free time and extra money into a child seems wild. I'm finally at a point where I have some extra money. It's nice to not worry about money too much, to do things I'm excited about. Okay, blah, blah, blah. But I think my wife needs a kid. All right, stop being a fanook and just have a kid. I don't like to use loose language on this show, but if I do it in Italian-American slang, maybe that's better. Have a kid. What's the matter with you?
What are you, f***ing stupid?
Believe it or not, there are better things than going to like listen to Coldplay and have brunch. I know, it's shocking, right? But I won't be able to sleep in. Yeah, you won't. You're right. I guess you won't. Am I overreacting for not wanting my husband to hang with his cheating best friend? My 45-year-old male husband and his childhood best friend, 45-year-old male, like to hunt, fish, and sometimes travel to do so for the weekend. Bestie recently had an affair and the wife found out. Evidently, this isn't the first affair, only the first where he was caught or where my husband spilled the tea to me. I'm not comfortable knowing my husband is spending a weekend away with a guy that doesn't care about his own family, much less mine. Am I overreacting, thinking I will never forgive him for cheating on his family or for just being a crappy human? Yeah, I wouldn't give your husband an ultimatum, like, you're going to boss him around or something like that. But your husband probably shouldn't hang out with this guy. If he has done bad things in the past and he's reformed and he's figured himself out, that's one thing. But if he is actively a degenerate and unfaithful, I would discourage your husband from hanging out with him because we imitate the behavior and the desires of those that we're with. And so if you, look, I got some degenerate friends too, but if you're regularly hanging out with actual vicious degenerates, that's going to impact your life and your character, and it won't be good. So I don't think you're being unreasonable here. I would just tell your husband, like, hey, man, you're putting yourself in great peril, spiritual peril, and you're imperiling our marriage, in fact, by regularly hanging out in these tempting situations with a dude who's going to want to go hit the bar and pick up chicks and put you in a bad spot. There's so much more to say. First, though, go to balanceofnature.com, use promo code Knowles. Balance of Nature fruits and veggies is the most convenient way to get whole fruits and vegetables daily, especially if you've focused on creating a healthier, happier lifestyle. Nature is pretty good at giving us the nutrients we need through our fruits and vegetables. So Balance of Nature takes fruits and vegetables, freeze dries them, turns them into a powder, then puts them into a capsule. You take your fruit and veggie capsules every day, then your body knows what to do with them. Simple as. Balance of Nature is just one ingredient of a balanced lifestyle. It has no intention to replace a healthy diet, exercise, sleep, or any other healthy habits. For me, it's the only aspect of a healthy lifestyle, actually. But for some people, they're doing those other things too. I love Balance of Nature. It's great, especially if you, like me, are not always the most meticulous about getting fruits and veggies, and maybe sometimes, especially for me, I'm on the road a lot, you're a little loose with it. Makes you feel totally prepared. Go to balanceofnature.com, use promo code Knowles, KNWLES, for 35% off your first order as a preferred customer, plus get a free bottle of fiber and spice. Balanceofnature.com, promo code Knowles. Boyfriend broke up with me because I can't have kids. My boyfriend, 37-year-old male of 4 years, broke up with me, a 50-year-old female, because he needs space to figure out if he wants kids, even though he's always known I couldn't have them. Backstory, we met during COVID 4 years ago. I had some concerns about pursuing a relationship with him because I'm 13 years older and cannot have children. Due to medical reasons, I had a partial hysterectomy 5 years ago. Also, you're 50, and 50-year-olds generally don't have kids.
My mom's ancient and grappling with the onset of menopause.
I told him that my long-term plans were to find a partner to build a life with and hopefully to marry. Despite my concerns and confession of not being able to have children, we began to date a month after we met. When a friend of his would get pregnant, have a baby, or get engaged, he would get distant and ask for space to think about what he wanted. He said he felt like he might want children, but he wasn't sure. He always came back the next day and said he wanted to be with me, and he was sure that I was what he wanted, until this last time. It's been 7 weeks since we broke up. He says he needs to work out whether or not he wants to be with me or have kids. I should mention, for reference, that I have a grown child in college, but am more than willing to start over with him via surrogacy, don't do that, or adoption. When I mention this, he says those options don't feel real. This feels like a midlife crisis. He had mentioned not making his mark on the world, and I'm unsure how to navigate this. Okay, I'm really sorry for what you're going through. This is a predictable outcome, but nevertheless, it's very sad for you and for him, I assume, because the huge age gap is a problem. If this guy has said repeatedly, I'd like to have kids, and you obviously are unable to have kids, even without it's not about the hysterectomy, it's about being 50 years old. And so all of that was already there, and this is the consequence of that. So what would I recommend? Move on. He wants to have kids, forget about it. Don't try to convince him not to have kids. He'll resent you for the rest of his life. And be clearer about what's going on and the realities of your next relationship that perhaps could turn into a marriage or something like that. Just do more normal things. If you try to reinvent the wheel, marriage, relationships, identity, whatever, you're probably going to wind up in misery as you are right now. It's not the end of your life, but it probably is the end of that relationship. My 26-year-old male my 26-year-old male girlfriend, 26-year-old female, makes way more money than she let on. My girlfriend and I have been dating for over a year. This morning, I was looking at part-time jobs on Indeed for some extra money for this summer and to pay off some debt faster. She saw that and brought up that she actually makes $70,000 a year without working. They make $70,000 a year without working. Her actual job pays more than that. The reason, she told me finally, was because she doesn't want me to work 7 days a week, so she'll start chipping in for groceries. I got pretty upset when she told me how much she actually makes because it's over double my income. But she never has any money. I've had to cover her portion of rent twice now and one of her credit cards. I did it assuming she'll pay me back, which she said she would. But still, it hurts me that she's had the ability to pay for stuff all this time, but always said she can't cover it. I feel like this is the last straw for me and I'm tapping out of the relationship. Edit, the money is coming from a trust fund left to her by her dead parents. Why this needed to be a secret at this point in the relationship, I don't know. Excuse me? Okay, first of all, buddy. You have this concubine living in your apartment, okay? So you want to be the man, and you want the benefits of being a man, but that you don't want the responsibilities of being a man. So you live with this girl before you marry her, and then what? You say, hey, you're not bringing in enough money for daddy. You know, you got to go out there, get a little more work, bring in some more money for Big Daddy Pimp over here. So what? Are you going to be the man or you're not going to be the man?
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
If you're going to be the man, then don't nickel and dime your live-in girlfriend, who should be your wife if you're living together, over grocery bills and going on dates. My girlfriend doesn't take me out on enough dates. What are you? Are you kidding? Are you a man? She makes more money than me. Okay, you can have a conversation in your marriage about how to deal with finances, which are united and together because you become one flesh. But what is it right now? You're like roommates.
Oh my God, they were roommates.
But your roommates where you get a real benefit from the roommate, I strongly suspect. And then you're going to whine? Your head is screwed up, guy. You are not only confused about how finances should work in a marriage or a relationship, you're confused about what a man does and what a woman does. So you got a lot of work to do on that. Guy interested in trans girl. Uh-oh, here we go. Tips on how to proceed. I'm in my late 20s, and about 3 weeks ago, this very cute girl started working at my workplace. I think I know where this is going. A spoiler alert, I think it's not a girl. The first 2 days, I couldn't find the courage to speak to her. The way she carries herself, her smile, her style. She'd try to speak to me, and I'd be there blushing like a 13-year-old teenager. So naturally, I tell my best friend, who happens to also be a coworker, and he tells me she's trans. I guess he figured it'd be a deal breaker. It honestly makes no difference to me. I'm absolutely smitten, so yeah. Oh, man. My question is, how in the heck am I supposed to ask her out? And what are the do's and don'ts of dating a trans girl? Not going to lie, I may be open-minded, but I've never had to deal with this before. How do I go about courting her? How do I effectively shut down idiotic comments from coworkers? I'm straight, and I never thought this would happen, yet here I am.
I got news for you. That means you get...
Part of your problem is you are believing the lie that this person is a girl. And you say, look, I'm straight, and this is a type of girl. Some girls are regular girls, and some girls are trans girls, but they're all girls, right? But that isn't true. She's a fella. She's a guy. So you could say, I want to date this guy, but then you can't say, I'm straight, and I never thought this would happen. You would say you're a gay guy. You have same-sex attraction or something like that.
I have relationships with women and sex with men.
But it is confusing. In your defense, it is confusing. If this fella, and 1 out of 1,000 trans-identifying people does look like the opposite sex. If this fella looks like a chick and has just confused you, then that's actually a deceitful thing for him to do. That's wrong for him to do. It's kind of messed up your head a little bit. So you just need to remember, appearances can be deceiving, and this is a dude. And I don't know what's going on with various appendages, but you won't be able to have a child with this person. You won't be able to have an actual marriage with this person. It's a lie. It's a fantasy. This is a kind of a siren. Maybe there are deeper problems here. Do you look at pornography? Are you like a little bit light in the loafers? Are you, whatever it is this really coming out of the blue, or were there some warning signs here before? I would just suggest, if your last line is real, you say, I'm straight, I never thought this would happen to me. Maybe this implies you wanted to get married and have children and a family. Don't date the fella, even if he looks kind of like a chick. My husband wants to date my best friend. Help. This is in the polyamory Reddit. Okay. Hi, this is my first ever post to Reddit. My husband and I have been married for 5 years and have 1 3-year-old son. Oh, good grief. Oh, this is awful. We've been discussing polyamory opening up for a little over a year now. I'm going to stop you right there. Don't do that. That's abusive to your son. It's irresponsible. It's terrible for your marriage. It's an evil thing to do one to another, even if you both ostensibly consent to it. But also, it's an evil, evil thing to do to your kid. You're really screwing up your kid. So don't do that. That's a very evil thing to do. Anyway, She goes on, it started when he fell in love with my best friend. I know, it's hard to start a successful poly relationship with cheating. My husband and I chose to work it out. We truly do love each other and want to live our life together. So now that most of the betrayal and hurt is gone, he wants to develop an emotional and physical relationship with her. What? How should we move forward? He's still in love with her, and I don't want him to have to give up his connection with her for me. Why not? Again, why not? That sentence is the problem here. I don't want to limit my husband's ability to sleep with other people. No, that's what marriage does. Marriage imposes that limit. And if you transgress that limit, you've transgressed marriage. It's not that you can have your marriage and sleep around with everyone. You have to pick one or the other. They are mutually exclusive things.
But it might work for us.
Tell him to give up his connection with her for you, as you write. This is our first attempt at any sort of non-monogamous anything, so I keep telling him that we can try with someone else, just not her. But he seems to think I don't want it with anyone. But I don't know without trying it with someone else. I just don't know what to do or how to move forward. Thanks. Go on your browser, click X on the polyamory Reddit page, and then all those conversations you've had with your husband about sleeping with other people, stop them, and then just be married to your husband and tell your husband to be married to you, and raise your son like responsible people, not like disgusting degenerates, and just be normal. So prescribes the love doctor nihil obstat. We did it. We did it. Ah!